The 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
Is brought to you by Lloyd's Construction and Consulting, providing first-class construction services on 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
Oh, yeah. All right. Beef, are we flying today's winner to New Orleans tonight?
We are not.
Oh.
But
do we have a
just
prize
as
pack?
good, Dan.
Okay.
Just as good.
All right.
Today's 10-minute drill winner is going to get a family 4-pack of vouchers for Jumbo Shrimp Baseball.
Oh, that's cool.
They're on the road right now. They're back home Aug 31. Just 3 home series left, though, in the season. So if you want to get down there and see the Jumbo Shrimp in action, clock's ticking.
I don't know how to take this one. We'll talk Jags throughout the day. Is Big Bo today?
He is.
Okay.
I just confirmed, 8 o'clock.
All right, so Big Bo's in NOLA, I'm assuming.
He's pulled an all-nighter. He actually texted me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
He's
right.
been at the Riverfront Harrah's.
Okay. So we'll talk more Jags. But one
7
Jag note in
hurricanes
the
deep.
10-minute drill, and I read this in Peter King's column, so I want to say he did a lot on Urban, the Urban Meyer show. A couple of updates on the Urban experiment and whether he'll be the college football expat who also has a Jimmy Johnson NFL experience or a Steve Spurrier experience. The first cliche, losing, will beat down Meyer. After the Jags stumbled around in their opening preseason loss, getting shut out through 3 quarters by Cleveland, Meyer said, I don't want to be one of those slow-wallowing offenses. Meyer looking morose past veteran center Brandon Linder in a hallway postgame, and Linder stopped, playfully massaged Meyer's tense shoulders and said, Coach, it's a bleeping preseason game. Relax.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Well, you know what? I will say
so
this.
do I take that as uh-oh? Do I take that as he's joking? Do I take that as he knows that?
I think there's a little bit of it's easier to say it's not going to bother you than it really does. It's like I said, the one thing that jumped out at me after that first game is Urban looked like he had just been through the postseason.
Impossible to judge a coach's mindset 2 weeks into the preseason. Time will tell. But Meyer, in 17 years coaching college football, was never worse than 3 games over 500 at Florida 2010, 8-5. The equivalent of that this year would be the Jags going 10-7, and that looks like a fairy tale right now, turning around on 1-15 teams.
Don't you think that this argument is dumb? Urban Meyer's not an idiot. He doesn't know. He knows it's very likely that he has a losing record. So it's a different game.
It's not dumb because we don't know until he goes through it. Yeah, he knows that, but he's going to go through it, and he doesn't take well to it. So, and it seems to affect him more than others. So, I you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's,
I mean, we assume that the losing effect, we don't know that it affects him more than others. Every coach.
Sure we do. He had stress-induced sicknesses from being eaten up with the game.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's the loss part of it. There's a lot that goes into a game. When he went out, they were, were winning games. I don't know. I think it's awfully naive to think that a guy who understands as much about football won't be able to accept that he's going to lose some in the NFL. I mean, that part of it sounds a little. I've said that all along.
Yeah.
Is there an NFL coach thinks he's winning every game?
I'm not saying he thinks he's winning. I know he knows he's going to lose, but he is affected more by, again, there are those who think he won't be here 5 years tops, and I would tend to agree.
And I agree with the overall stress of the job. I just don't assume that is just defined by whether or not you won or lost the game that way.
Well, whatever it is, when
it.
he wraps himself into it, it takes its
I guess
toll.
the point is he didn't leave. He left Ohio State never losing. So it's more than the winning and losing. I think it's the job. Maybe it's how much you put into it. But when he left Florida, they won with Tebow and then they lost, and so you can say that. But when he left, what was he 66-6 or something stupid? We said at one point.
Well, he was like that in the conference.
In the Big Ten. Yeah. So when he stepped down from Ohio State again, because now some of that pressure was coming from that Zach Smith, is that his name? Mm-hmm. That story.
Mm-hmm.
But they were winning.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. We'll see.
I would hope that we didn't hire an NFL coach who doesn't understand that you're not going to win every game and that it's going to drive him out of the league. I would like to think he's more like Belichick, who lost 1,000 games last year, and he's the same old Bill Belichick as he meets the media today.
We will see. But, yeah, Meyer and the Jags go tonight, obviously, against the Saints, and it'll be on here.
Who are you more worried about, handling a lack of success? Would it be Urban Meyer or Trevor Lawrence?
Well, in the long run, we need Trevor Lawrence to be more, but I would be
I'm saying
worried.
who would it affect when you say worried, want to say more worried? I don't mean about the long term. I mean about who it would affect more.
going to affect Urban more.
You think?
I know. He's not. I mean, we've seen it happen at every school that he's been at, so I would say, yeah, definitely going to affect him. Anyway, we move on. We talked about Miguel Cabrera and the exclusive club that he joined, which was pretty cool. Did you see the riot in the soccer game this weekend?
Yeah.
Good gracious, man. I mean, that made the Malice in the Palace look like
well, except for they didn't go into the stands, but yeah.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know
that's because the fans came
well,
down.
and you knew that was happening as soon as you went, and you can't go throw the bottle back into the stands. You got to read the room here, gang. I know you're ticked, and they just threw it on. Do you think that now they're going to go, oh, sorry,
We got to get a little bit
hooliganism?
A team. We need a little bit of civility in the fandom world.
100%.
I love it all, but we can't be fighting. And there was one did you see the one in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
I mean, first off, Mrs. Fight Lady, you can't do that
She
stuff.
got her boyfriend
man.
knocked out.
Yeah, I mean, so Mrs. Fight Lady turns to her boyfriend and starts screaming at him and tell him to sit down. I don't know if he was inebriated or not, but she was going to take up and cause the fight. So she wheels around and gets in this dude's face and is pointing her finger and
Slaps him.
And then she hauls off and slaps him. And again,
So he took it out on the girl's boyfriend.
well, he hit her too. You can
Did
never
he?
hit a woman. But boy, oh boy, I mean,
I don't think
you can't do that. And then the boyfriend got up to defend her, and of course he then
Knocked
proceeded to get
out.
KO'd. But I mean, just how about don't fight? And it's
Right.
I mean, so that's 2 fights, and twice the lady friends have caused the fight. One from the lady who throws the Coke.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody take a whole big can of settle down. You can yell and scream all you want. That's cool. I got no problem with that. Once you start getting into each other's personal space, that's where trouble. That's where you got to nip it in the bud. Somebody's got to be the bigger
Yeah, in this
person
hole
to-
you can't, you
and walk
don't
away.
hit
Because guess what? By the way, all y'all who fight, you're all a bunch of fat, overweight, dumbass who look stupid fighting too, and everybody's rolling on it, and it's going to be shown. And it's not like you look cool because you knock a guy out. You just happen to get in a lucky hit.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you,
Come
if
on,
you're
man.
30, 40 years old and you get into a fight, you need to check yourself, boss.
Hey, you don't want to get in fights.
Yeah, let's just come on, man.
I mean,
Seriously.
I know. Listen, sometimes
That's
things happen, but
yeah,
my God. And I
yeah.
think too, by the
you
way,
get in a fight at a football game, you got issues. You really do.
I don't think this is I don't think there are. I honestly don't think it's. Hey, there are more fights than ever now. I don't think that's the case.
They're just
I
showing
just
more.
think
Yeah,
everybody
that
has
might
a
be
phone
true.
now, and they pull them out.
And by the way, the narrative of you can't hit a woman, by the way, is going to change if women stand up and slap people.
Well, I get it.
There's no. I promise you. Yes, societally and otherwise, you can't hit a woman. I wouldn't. You wouldn't. Most people wouldn't. We wouldn't be in a situation like that. I promise you, that dude is not going to be charged for hitting her. She hauled off and hit him. Why?
Yeah.
So, it's not some free pass for some drunk girl at a football game
No.
to call off and punch people.
No.
Oh, the idiocracy, Dan. It's just the dumbing down of America. We got too many morons walking the street. They do things like this. Every turn, every highlight, every game, you can find a moron.
Well, we just can't have it. I mean, it is what it is. But my goodness gracious. So, anyway, what did you think? The rookie quarterbacks all played. I guess Russell Wilson had a pretty big day. Russell Wilson. Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Him too.
Did I get his name right? Zach Wilson.
Yes.
9 of 11. So at least Jets fans feel, okay. I feel a little bit
And he
better.
looked good.
Yeah. So, and it looks like the Colts are set to get Carson Wentz and Nelson back. So
They're at least playing that hope up. It might not be week 1, but it doesn't look like it's going to be, November.
Mike Vrabel got the Rona, so he's out for a little while. He actually had a funny Twitter picture where he was visiting with Tom Brady, which, by the way, concerns the Bucs because here's Vrabel with the Rona, and him and Brady are nose to nose talking, right? So, and in the picture was Brady's son, and so Vrabel tweets out Tom Brady's son with his favorite Patriot. Also pictured Tom Brady.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Tom Brady's son wasn't alive when Vrabel was playing for the Patriots.
I thought that was good, though. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Well,
enjoyed
was
that.
Vrabel vaccinated, or did they say?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If I were around the league and if you're looking for a vaccination as some sort of key for your football squad, I would encourage you all to go not just not get vaccinated, but take them out because the Falcons are the only team with 100% vaccination, and they've been outscored like 80-6 in 2 games. So apparently it sapped their strength.
One more Titan note. I think I read something somewhere. It might have been in Peter King about some, Julio Jones has some nagging injuries and that maybe he is towards the end and that maybe these injuries that he caused him to miss games last year could cause him this year. Also, I was thinking this, and again, this is just, would you agree that the attitude towards coronavirus has changed since it started? Like, it seems like we've become...
you get fatigue of it. Even though you know it's still as bad, you don't act the same around it.
It just seems like...
Part of that's because so many people are vaccinated, and as we learned, so many of those people are able to carry it and give it anyway. That I think at some point people kind of throw up their hands. It's like, we're not going to walk around in masks for 10 years.
Right.
It's been almost 2 years.
Well, it's not just masks. It's just
whatever.
All the same things. I guess what I'm trying to say, it seems like all the same as it spiked
becomes
this
white
summer.
noise after a while.
Yeah, as it spiked this summer with the Delta variant, it seems like all the same problems are there that were there a year ago.
Yeah.
But everything is just continuing.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. And I've learned on this radio program as we talk sports not to comment on the coronavirus because everyone's so doggone
expert,
soft and expert and persnickety
soft?
and they either whine and cry or they agitate or they come at you hard.
I'm just
not you. I'm just saying in general. So, good luck everyone out there with the coronavirus. Not, stay healthy, people.
Yeah.
We're all in this together.
Well, I just think that I personally know a lot more people who have passed away.
Yeah, I know more people that have gotten sick this time around.
The second time around, if you will, than the first time.
I do think, again, and I will delve into opinions that may not have any medical fact in them, and I'd never let it stop us, but I do think there's a false sense of security of people who are vaccinated who yet still, as it's been proven in almost half the cases, still can carry and give it just the same. So I think there's a false sense of security that makes it even that much more, apparent when it happens.
I found a perfect team for Gardner Minshew to go to.
The Falcons?
No.
Cowboys?
Yeah. Cowboys should be a good one.
It depends on what Gardner wants to do.
We play the Cowboys Sunday.
Yeah.
I'd let Gardner have a field day on Sunday and go from there. Did you get the feeling that the second round of preseason games was last year's third round game? Third game. In other words, you play your guys a little bit longer in the second game and then you move on. Is that kind of the general consensus after?
That was my vibe on it. This was the one.
Yeah, after watching the preseason games, that we've now shifted a little bit to the second preseason game, and then everybody's going to sit out the third preseason game, which will again
is crazy because there's also that dead week after.
Right.
So we're going to have 2 weeks down.
Yeah. Which will continue to tell us that even 3 preseason games are ridiculous. By the way, a shout out and raise the banner for John Harbaugh, who has joined Joe DiMaggio. Let's see, who else? Maybe Emmett, Cy Young, with records that will never be broken.
Okay.
19 straight wins in the preseason by one coach.
Yeah.
Because as the preseason shrinks, first off, that means a coach would have to be with said team for 7 years, right?
10 years. Well, if it's going to shrink to 2 eventually, that's happening.
Well, yeah, but right now it'd be 7 times 3 is 21. But and you're right. The possibility is it could shrink to 2. So he's going to have to be there a long time, which that rarely happens. And to suggest that somebody's going to ever win 19 games in a row, it's an incredible streak. I think that the Ravens should put something up in the stadium for him.
It's just a fluke, right?
Banner time.
It's a fluke. It's just a fluky. Right? They're not trying to win football games any harder than other teams.
I don't know. Are they? Well, maybe they are. Maybe they leave.
And they're not. And they're no
I don't know.
deeper. Than
I don't know how
other
they
good
manage
teams.
it. No. Be
interested. Somebody somewhere will go through the games. That would interest me. Like, what is where's the near miss come? Where has there been a game where they played starters and the other ones didn't, or vice versa?
It's ironic you say that Baltimore should do a banner for this, jokingly, because it seems like something earnestly that Baltimore's former team would do.
Baltimore's former team.
The Colts.
Oh,
They love a banner for nothing.
they do love a banner.
AFC finalist.
They do love
What
a
a
banner.
run.
Yeah, they do. So anyway, I thought that do with that what you will, Googans. But 19 straight preseason wins is frankly incredible. I don't. And listen, it's the most meaningless streak in sports history. But with that said, because you can immediately go, well, I think they like to say, well, the Browns went 4-0 and then they were 0-16, or so-and-so won a Super Bowl and they didn't win. Who was it? Was it the Colts who never won in the preseason when Peyton was there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, it is what it is.
Well, it took a few weeks, but we can answer the tweet from Sha'Carri Richardson, I guess, and pretty emphatically, no, we don't. You know which tweet I'm referring to?
I don't.
Well, she put out a tweet during the Olympics as the Jamaicans swept their way to Richardson, by the way, is the girl who won the trials and then tested positive for marijuana and then was kept from going to the Olympic Games. So while she sat at home because she smoked weed, and then, by the way, the whole world came to her defense, the Jamaicans went on to win gold, silver, bronze, and swept it away. And during that, the girl who, by her own violation, isn't on the team, she wasn't barred from the team by her teammates or otherwise, but by the rules of, not getting high in between your last race and the Olympic trials, she tweeted out this. Do you remember what she tweeted, Beef? She tweeted this, Dan.
Was it something to the effect of, you miss me?
Do you miss me now? So 3 weeks later, Sha'Carri, we can fire back a response to your tweet. No, we don't. After Richardson got her chance against those three stalwarts this weekend, and in a 9-person race, finished DAL.
Pun intended.
Now, and then perhaps immediately hit the bong. I don't know. I don't know what she's been doing in her downtime, perhaps with all the support from the world, that somehow she was being wronged and being kept out of the competition for violating the drug test. Well, maybe she took it to heart, and maybe she hasn't run 10 feet since her last. But There you go, Sha'Carri. No, we didn't miss you. In fact, finishing dead last would have embarrassed us all.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm picking only because I don't need – you're in hot water here because of what you did, not because what someone did to you. And then to sit at home and tweet after the U.S. loses in the 100, miss me.
Yeah.
What, like we did something to you? So apparently you're a last-place runner, and we didn't miss you a bit. Good luck moving forward.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Oh, those Americans, so easy to root for.
All right. Well, with that said, let's hand out a prize. Beef?
Oh, let's do it.
What do you say, my friend?
Let's hook them up.
Yeah.
Let's give me a number, Danny.
Let's do strike three.
Strike three, you're out.
641-1010. Right now, if you want to get a 4-pack to what, Beef, a jumbo shrimp game?
Yeah, take me out to the ball game. Call number strike 3 right now at 641-1010. Going home with a family 4-pack of ticket vouchers for the jumbo shrimp. They're on the road right now. Back home, AUG 31. Just 3 home series left, though, so limited opportunities to see the jumbo shrimp in action. But caller number 3 right now at 641-1010, getting 4 chances to do just that.